Hello, and welcome to You're Locked Down if you're listening anywhere in Europe, but not the UK because we don't give a shit. I am Tom Elwes. I'm joined today, as ever, by my co-host, Mr. Ali Woods.
Hey guys, hey listeners. That's funny, Tom. You should do a video on that.
Yeah, classic.
That
Classic.
you should do a video on
Yeah,
Germany and France compared to
yeah.
UK. It's very
I
original
reckon
premise.
people would just really get really engaged in it and really just I don't know,
Yeah, they'll
just
want
really
to recreate it
inspired.
themselves.
Yeah. Well,
No disrespect to any creators out there who may have done similar videos to old Tom Elwes and his
yeah,
Tomettes.
yeah. The L Wizards. Come on, guys, going strong.
I thought you were changing it to Tomettes.
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the Tom. No, I do have male fans as well. So
Well,
yeah.
you got one. You got one right
You
here,
got one.
buddy. You got one right here.
An OG fan.
So, so I was talking to my housemate, and Izuri, who was working with us in Edinburgh, and
Friend
they
of
were
the show.
saying you always big up Tom for looking fit, but he's not that fit. And I'm not taking the piss. This is what.
Well,
And I was like, but he is. He's what a lot of people like. And they're like, but he's not. It's not that. I don't think he's that good looking. So then that is on the Tuesday afternoon. Cut to Tuesday evening. We're down at All I Do Is Fail, ADIF Tuesdays at Vauxhall Comedy Club. Come down in your bubbles. We'll just say, are you housemates? And you have to go, yeah. And then you come in. Fine. Yeah, sure. So then you come in. Cut to that. We're standing at the door doing the tickets. Tom's arrived late, even though he's emceeing, for goodness sake. But I'm helping him with tickets because I'm a good bloke. And then this lady in a sort of superhero costume sort of thing.
Something along those lines.
She looks drunk. You know when someone looks drunk?
Yeah. Her legs are not 100% underneath them.
She looked like she was having it large, is all we'll say. And she stops by me and Tom. Are you here for comedy? And then she just looks at us, looks at Tom, looks to me, then goes, pull down your mask. So I pull down my mask to go look at her weirdly. And then she looks at me again, then turns back to Tom and goes, you're a fitty. And then walks off.
I had completely forgotten about this. This is really stuck with that.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
It's
just another instance of someone calling a fit weird.
I think you bigged me up very nicely for my appearance, but I would say
not for anything else.
We are both attractive for comedians, but for the general world, we are certified rotters, average at best.
Miss Incredible drunk lady, she was all in the mix. But then, to be fair, she did then come and sit for the comedy and left.
Yeah, and then left within 1 minute of me speaking. So there we go. It balances out, doesn't it? Yeah. All balances out. No, I don't fancy it. Nah, not for me. Fucking cunt.
Yeah, exactly. So when you open your mouth, whereas I have the opposite effect, where I come on and they're like, "Who's this pasty swat?" And then they're like, "He's a good laugh."
He'll do.
Let him stay on. Let him stay on.
Yeah.
It's like I was doing Banter Bash, which we've both done.
Yeah, classic gag. Classic.
Which
night.
has mainly non-white audience, right? And when you're doing those nights, it's like a white guy. You do have that sort of feeling of like I've got to be funny here, because then they'll just be like, why is this guy even here? It's not like other nights where you think, oh, well, there's other white people on. I'm not going to be the face of all white people.
I won't let the whites down.
Let the whites down. Because I've got white pride.
Yeah.
So it's just a brief little excursion into how it feels to be non-white at most comedy nights. But I was doing one last Thursday, and it was going well, and I finished a joke, and then the guy in the back just went, "Hey, keep going." I was like, "Yeah, I was planning on, mate." As if he was gonna be like, "Hey, that's enough. See, get this guy. Exactly, get this guy off. Get this guy off, bro." It was funny, man. But yeah, so that's what they say to me. Keep going.
Keep going. Keep trucking along. Yeah. I think you've got to with those when you're doing those nights. You do. There is an added element of not wanting to embarrass yourself and let yourself down. You know, every
Right.
other comedy night, there's almost certainly another white guy coming on to pick up the
Well,
pieces if you fuck it up.
certainly.
Sometimes if you're outside of London, it's just white guys
Yeah.
coming on.
Just
So
the lads kicking it.
yeah, just
You've got various ages. We cover
yeah,
the isn't
the,
dating hard, and then there's
yeah.
two other
Oh,
blokes who start and end
who
the
are
night
gonna
who talk about isn't
marriage?
marriage shit.
Yeah. The classic takes. I mean, is there a take on a relationship that hasn't been done yet? I don't know. We'll see.
I ain't heard it. I ain't heard it, mate.
It's so hard. It's so bloody
It's so
difficult.
bloody hard. This. Can we say as well, right? So, I don't know if I told you about this on Tuesday for our Patreon backers episode, but I asked, I asked the girl out on Monday, right?
No, you didn't tell me.
Okay.
Okay. Once you said no by Tuesday, cried alone by
Asked her out on
Wednesday.
Monday.
Yeah.
She said no on
Oh,
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Cried from Wednesday to
Wednesday,
Sunday.
Tuesday.
That's right.
And we'll start again on Monday. Talked to her, followed her home on Monday. Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
That's about you.
Cried on the phone to her on Wednesday. Cried to my mum on Thursday. So anyway,
I don't know.
I asked her out on Monday, and do you know what her response was?
Okay, interesting. Hit me with it.
Give me a night to think about it. I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Oh, wow.
What does that mean?
Give me a night to think about it. Wow. Okay, first of all, I need to know, where did you meet this girl?
This is someone I've known for a few months, right? She used to live opposite.
Okay.
She moved.
Oh, is this the Brazilian? This is the smoke signal Brazilian. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
For context, I've already asked out twice.
Okay.
Both of those were quick no's, but this was because we ended up seeing each other on Saturday in a bubble.
Right.
And
Perfect.
getting a drink. And then you're thinking, right, so Tuesday I'm anxious. I'm thinking, right, okay, what's going to happen here? What am I going to receive as a message? What am I going to get? All Tuesday I'm like, I'm hearing nothing. There's no messages, right? So that's not good. Tuesday at Adif. So after the girls just barred me off, I'm sitting there, show's on, I'm at the door, and get a message. Phone lights up.
Oh,
what she said.
Okay. You didn't tell me this, Adif.
Yeah. Well, I keep myself to myself. I don't want to get you out of the zone, Tom.
Fair. Save it for the podcast. That's where they want to hear it. Yeah.
I've only got so much going on while I'm Tom. I can't talk about it at the show, on the podcast, to my mum.
Yeah.
So phone lights up. Message. What is it? I know I said give me the night, but can I have a bit more time? She says,
wow.
She says, my mum is moving out of a house in Sao Paulo, so it's a lot to process.
Hey, dude.
What?
Wow. This is just a lot going on.
How into real estate is she? What is this location mixed with my celebrities go dating?
Mate, you don't just imagine how it's affecting her work, her mum moving house, if she can't even process going on a date with you. Like,
I like also that my request to go on a date is something to process, like trauma.
Yeah. Really want to actually work through it with my therapist first, and then
she legit. So then I say, right, okay.
If generally, I would say it's a bad sign if it's something that has to be processed.
Multiple bad signs, red flags. The only thing that's different, the only thing that's hopeful is that the other two times she was just quickly said no. So this is odd. It's just odd now that this is.
Also stop asking her out. I think once, twice, three times it's creepy.
This is the last time. I think that is over the space of
for everyone listening. Good.
Twice was in a week, and then that was 3 months ago. So then I went to her. Right. Okay. Take your time. Don't worry about it. I'm doing a gig in Vauxhall on Friday, and she lives near there. So I was like, you can come to the
To the
gig
gig.
and we can chat about it in person, maybe. She said, okay.
So
So
she's coming tonight.
she's coming tonight, but not to the gig. She's going to come down afterwards. I was like, there's nothing going on afterwards. But
It's
she was like, I
closed.
don't know if
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll make it to the. So she was like,
Has she seen you
well,
perform
the
before?
not very COVID, but she was like, you can come to my house.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, probably cut that out. But right.
Delete. So she's not coming to the gig because she's seeing a friend, but she wants to meet up tonight.
I would say it's a.
This is what have we got to chat about? Surely it's just a no.
I don't know. Well, I'm excited to see how this goes. I'm sure the listeners are also excited. This is why they come here for your dirty antics. Mine is incredibly boring, ladies and gentlemen. My girlfriend may have given me COVID, so I'm currently in isolation until she gets her test results back.
Well, it's
That's
so
about
hard when you actually are close to women and then like they just give you their illnesses because like you obviously do because they do want to spend time with you and hang out with
Ali,
you.
you mock me like this, but for someone who plays the soy boy incel of this podcast, you've announced or you've now asked out several and dated several women in the last few weeks.
Yeah, I do all right, man. I do all
Yeah.
right. I'm lucky. But it's hard. It's hard to date now.
Yeah,
As
it's hard out here.
my
It's hard
video,
out
which got 3 million views, perfectly depicted, and
here. Yeah.
still got 600 on TikTok.
Twitter, how
I
did it on
literally
Twitter?
need to complain. Oh, fucking dicks on Twitter! Like 1 retweet, 11 likes, nothing. I need
3
to.
million
I need
though.
to
Come
do a
on,
formal complaint.
3 million people somewhere liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I had some negative comments this week that were things like
yeah, I had to tell you.
another sack of unfunny shite and
Fucking hell.
yeah.
Is that from the official TikTok admin?
Yeah.
But who are these people? They're sad people. Sad people to
Not a
go
single
out of their
follower on this
time.
page. Yeah, not a
Yeah,
single
to
follower.
take the time out of their life to comment. Like, you're allowed to not like stuff, of course, but to comment about how much you dislike something. And it's not because you're taking offense to it and you're not like, I think this should be taken down because of this or that. To actually just comment that you fucking hate it is weird.
Well, the reason that I think you got abuse on your video that was featured, it was because it was generally on Reels and TikTok. It only pushes people videos that they will like, so shit that they've liked before, and then it gives you more of that. But because your video Ali's video, ladies and gentlemen, got featured, which means fucking everyone sees it. The whole world fucking sees it.
3 mil.
Yeah, it's gonna get pushed to people who
That's
don't
South
necessarily
London.
love it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I got on one of my videos this week. You're full stop, not full stop, funny full stop.
Nice. Okay. Just really emphasize the points. There's 3 sentences for what needed to be said.
Yeah. Anyway, I will let you know what happens with this because I am intrigued. What can we even be discussing tonight now after this length of time? People make quicker decisions over marriages. This is
I'm sure,
bizarre.
hopefully quite a lot because she's had so much time to process.
Your request is being processed.
Yeah. I think
she goes. Well, hopefully your girlfriend gets a negative test.
She's like, "Do you want to stay the night?" He's like, "Sorry, can you just give me a couple of hours?"
Let me just hang on. I just need to contact my advisors. I just need to ring Tokyo and see if I've got the bandwidth for this to take this on.
See their thoughts. I'm going to whip up a couple of graphs and I'll come back to you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, enough silliness. We are going to get on.
Enough of the fun. Let's get to the hard-hitting news.
Yeah, first bit of weird, well, slightly altered news. I don't know. How do you feel about this? So Kanye West, right? Classic, I would say friend of the show, produced a hologram of Kim Kardashian's deceased father for her 40th birthday. And it was him saying how proud he was of Kim and because Kim is training to be a lawyer, for those who don't know,
Uh,
and how proud he was of her, and how he looks down upon her, and wishes her well becoming a lawyer.
wow.
All in this hologram of his voice. How do you feel about that?
Of Kanye West's voice.
No, no, no,
Oh,
of her dad's voice, and it was her dad
Jesus.
hologram.
Wow. You
Yeah,
know what? I like it.
yeah. I feel
I
like
like
actually
it.
maybe it'd be quite weirdly comforting.
That,
Maybe
that could be fucking sweet. I'd love a Jedi ghost at my 40th.
that's literally what it was—a Jedi ghost.
She got a Kim. She got Obi-Wan Kardashian just coming
Yeah,
down, and just being like, "You have done well, Kim."
yeah. Well done. They needed that Force music in the
Yes.
background. Just na, 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 na.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Na, 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 na.
Training to be a lawyer. Very impressed I am.
Yeah. I don't know how I'd feel if like my deceased grandma came down. She's coming down, Irish grandmother being like, you grew into your head, Tom. You grew into that
Yes.
fucking dome on your shoulders.
Yeah, exactly. No, I feel like your nan would come as a holograph to slag you off. You really are a fancy man now, aren't you? With your social videos.
You think you're fucking funny.
You think you're funny? You never worked a day in your life. You're embarrassed the family.
Yeah. Shame.
Shame on you. Going here with your interviews for reality shows and that. Come on now.
Yeah, get a job.
What do you think of it?
It's a bit odd. It's a bit odd, but in the same way that I feel about mediums and people who speak to the dead, I think as long as you know it's not real and it is all a fabrication and someone has written everything prior, but if it gives people comfort, who are we to say don't? If Jedi ghosts are the way forward, maybe that's it.
Everyone's gonna be wanting a fucking Jedi ghost now. You know, when you're with your girlfriend for Christmas and you buy her an Alexa and she's like, could you not have my granddad come appear and tell me that he's really happy that I passed my vet licensing?
Ali, oh my god, this is exactly what you need to say to this Brazilian girl when she goes, do you want to stay the night?
I can summon ghosts.
I need a bit of consultation. Oh, Jedi ghost in the room in the corner. How you will.
You'll come in and roast me. I'm trying to switch you off. I'm trying to like turning the volume down on you. Yeah. You're there being like, follow Tom Elwes at Tom Elwes on TikTok.
Tom Elwes on TikTok is lit. Yeah, Tom Elwes.
Yeah.
So that's the Jedi advice ghost. Maybe that's where it's going.
Did it say how much it cost?
Probably loads.
Pretty penny to do the voice as well.
They would have had to produce software that I assume listened to all old videotapes of him speaking and then learn and could recreate his voice and then create a CGI model and then create the hologram. That's a lot.
Yeah, fuck it now. Everyone's taking the piss out of Kim, weren't they, this week for her talking about her taking her friends to an island, to her closest circle, to because there's a 40th. It was a 40th, yeah. So she made this big post about like it was basically saying, everyone's been so stressed. Everyone's been so stressed about the world right now, and luckily I took my inner circle to a private island to take our minds off.
So good. Well, like 2,000 Americans a day are dying. Like,
she surprised them. I surprised them, but I sort of think, yeah, why not? The sad thing is that you have to like try and post about it to make it seem like I'm relatable. But if she's got bare money, if she wants to take her mates to a private island, I wish I could do that. That's sick.
Well, I just think be humble because so there's a handful of places you can still
you don't hear me going on like, got 24,000 followers on TikTok. You don't hear me like going on about it, posting about it. Like it's not a big deal for me. Like stay humble, like remember where you came from. Art school.
Dance school. No, but like I will say, I did see there's about a handful of places you can still fly to without quarantining when you come back, and one of them is like Bermuda, right, and like the
Mhm.
Caribbean. And I did see a guy that I know who I actually did unfollow because he just posted a picture of him on the beach in the sea, with the caption "My kind of second wave," and I was just like, "Nope, you're a
Fucking
cunt. You're a
hell.
cunt." Yes.
That's awful. But I could also see that's exactly the type of bloke that you would have known in your life. That's the type.
Yeah. My kind of second wave cunt.
Exactly. But that, I think that's growth from you, Tom. There's, 10 years ago when you were
Yeah.
only
I would have been
32,
like, "That's lit,
you would have
fam."
you would
Yeah.
have been like, sick. Oh
Yeah.
man, why
Oh,
can't we do
bro.
that?
Can't
Yeah.
wait to steal that caption next week. That's
Yeah,
gonna be so
legit.
sick.
You'd be like, bro, legend, and like the arm
Yeah,
muscles
yeah.
emojis and stuff like that.
So
Like,
good. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, who's taking the pictures? Is he there with his girlfriend? Anyway, I don't care. Right. Well, but
yeah.
yeah, stay humble, guys, out there.
Stay
If
humble
you're
if you're doing
because
that.
like
Summon more Jedi ghosts.
I was lucky enough to do a holiday this year back in August,
Yeah,
Santorini, which I talked about. And
yeah.
I don't know if I talked about it on the show, but when I posted about it, because obviously you got to post about it, I posted about it on Instagram. I just pretended it was a domestic holiday with the pictures of the beautiful white cliffs and the beautiful sunshine and gleaming blue sea, thinking everyone's going to know this is a joke. And I
Mm,
tagged it like location Skegness.
classic.
And then I was like, can't believe the beautiful sights in our shores, Yarmouth, Scarsborough.
Yeah.
And then
Pe people
people started
messaging like,
commenting. Yeah.
"No, well, that's not Sc is
Yeah.
that where's that in
Legit. They were
Scarsborough?
like,
Fuck you,
no
mate."
way. No way. This is in the UK. Amazing. And I just was replying to them
It
all
must
like,
be
yeah.
Newquay or something. Must be
Yeah.
Newquay. He's got it wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was just I was commenting to everyone, yeah, but you won't hear the BBC reports about that, will you?
All doom and gloom from them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. The old Project Fear lot out again.
yeah. Oh, never worn a mask in my life, mate.
Hmm.
Um, yes. So,
Hologram.
okay.
Well, that's
So,
big. There's big. Your birthday's coming up. My birthday's coming up. We
yeah.
can give each other a hologram for birthdays. Yours
Well,
is
we
in
may
like
have
2 weeks,
to, ladies
isn't
and
it? No, 1
yeah, we
week.
well, 12th mine. But yeah, we may have to because, ladies and gentlemen, Germany have announcing full lockdown on Monday, and France already in full lockdown.
When we're less
We
organized than France, it really is
Yeah,
saying something. I
when
mean,
the
Germany's
French
fair enough.
the French riot for no reason whatsoever. They literally will riot and cause chaos for nothing. If the French can sort it out quicker than we can, then I
They
don't
love
even
a
know.
protest, but they're all in lockdown.
The tier 4 is apparently coming in. This is what I hear through my government sources. Tier 4 in certain places,
Is
but
that
like
when they just
eventually,
shoot you in the face?
yeah,
Tier 4, fuck you. Bang.
yeah, that's tier 5 mass extermination of the North. That's the
Yeah, exactly. Boris, the Tories always wanted it. They just
yeah.
get rid of them.
Well, it's
What
time.
we're going to
Well,
do to socially distance each other is we're going to split the country along
yeah,
Birmingham and just
yeah,
dig and then just break off. we'll
yeah.
we'll go down south, get a bit warmer.
We'll sort of end up sort of off the coast of Spain, sort of Costa del
Yeah,
Sol.
lovely stuff just down there,
Yeah,
get a bit fire, and you guys, you deal with it up here, and then
yeah,
it works for everyone.
yeah. Be like that. Do you remember that cartoon show when you were a kid and it was like a polar bear and they were on an island that moved
Yes,
and
yes,
they like yeah, you know
the
the one I'm on about.
volcano. What
Yeah,
was
they had the
that?
volcano that
I
powered the
like it.
island's movement. I don't know, but it was crazy.
Oh yeah, you know what? That was a bit too serious for me. That one. It was like it was quite serious. It felt like it was about climate change and stuff, and
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I don't
it
know.
felt
Maybe.
quite. The polar bear was
It was
quite
the
a serious
90s. I don't
bloke.
think climate change was a thing yet. Like
Maybe, but I think the polar bear was quite a serious bloke. He wasn't a laugh a minute character.
he was
He
a
was quite.
thinker.
He was,
I imagine there was a sort of
quite a
monkey there for
reflective
light
man.
relief. There was probably a sort of like some kind of like lemur or monkey or something.
parrot or
Was
something. Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the funny bit. But I remember it was quite stressful. I think it was quite a stressful show, I felt, because they were always like
Yeah.
under attack from the volcano or something.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you know the name of this show, because Noah's Island, maybe I don't know something.
I think it was.
Yeah,
'Cause I think
possibly.
it could have been something like that.
Possibly.
No,
If you know if you know the name and have any knowledge on this, please let us know, ladies and gentlemen. Well, yeah,
But
well, the other
what's tier 4? What is tier 4?
so tier 4 will be like full lockdown, like we had in March, like
I thought that
proper
was tier 3.
hardcore. No, because tier 3, mate, comedy clubs can still be open unless you're in Nottingham for some reason, because Nottingham have decided that they're going to tier 3, but have closing comedy clubs as well. But you could technically still, in tier 3, we can still have comedy clubs open as long as they serve food. Fuck knows the food that some of these comedy clubs are going to have to sort out for people.
They've got you a lovely crisp baguette.
Yeah.
Salt, what would you like? Salt and vinegar, cheese and onion?
No, you can imagine at certain comedy clubs in sort of southwest London, just a comic coming in and being like, right, everyone in the green room, you do have to make sandwiches for the audience.
Yeah, like a Subway style of the audience is filing in and they've got to pick their toppings, and you've got the opener there being like, so did you say olives?
Olives. Everyone get their sandwich, right?
Everyone goes, you need a sandwich to sit down. Sir, sorry, sir. Have you got a sandwich? No, okay, you've got to get your sandwich.
Make 10 sandwiches, you get 5 minutes on stage. That's the rules now.
Yeah, the open spot. Help with the door. You help with the door. You help with the paninis.
Yeah. That's where it's going. So or just like really, really rogue food. Like it just has to be any food, and they'll just be like hand out like an egg. Like just one.
Hold your egg up. Don't lose
your egg. If the police come in, everyone get your eggs out. Show them. So
me and an egg, officer. Me and an egg. Just loaves of bread just thrown out. Like Jesus sort of feeds just bread and fish out to everyone. That's the only way it can go ahead.
Has everyone got their bread?
Wait, what is tier 3? So tier 2 is when you can't meet indoors unless you're in a bubble. But you can still meet outdoors.
Yeah. Tier 3 is like no meeting. It's the same. Tier 3 is the same, but you just can't serve. Premises can't serve alcohol unless they serve a substantial meal, is what tier 3 is. And you can't meet up mates. It can only be people from your household.
But that's tier 2.
I know. Well, it's the same. But like, is anyone adhering to that? I don't fucking think they are. I've not seen one person like. Honestly, it's
the great pretense now. Everyone's involved. It's the great fake. So what happens is a pair meet up outside an establishment, like a bar or a pub, or whatever. Yeah. They hug and go, "Oh my god, so good to see you!" Blah, blah, blah. The bouncer sees all of this. Then they turn to the bouncer, and the bouncer gets the tracing app and goes, "Are you in one household?" And they go, "No, I mean, yeah."
Yeah. And they go, "In you go."
But they go, "In you go."
Well, it is a bad like premise to set, because it's like once these rules are being broken, so if it gets harder, I think everyone will just keep breaking the rules. It's just like they're letting people break the rules. These are not enforced. It's just nothing, and like no one gives a shit. So even when the rules get harder, I don't think it'll be the same job. Like you give people the leeway to say, basically, if you leave it up to the British public to be like, guys, like obviously you're not going to get in any trouble and no one gives a shit, but like, can you just not do that? Then everyone will break the rules because no one gives a fuck. The only way to actually stamp it out and make everyone really follow the rules is to do full proper lockdown. That's it.
Yeah, I agree with
Keep schools open as long as you can. Make them the last thing to shut, but we gotta do full. If we actually want to stamp it out, like that's it.
I agree with you, Tom, and I don't often say that on this podcast, but because the more rules you add, people just thought, I can't be asked for that, bruv. Do you remember maths? When that was really like all right, and it was like, okay, so this plus sign means you
only
add
you would bring this back to maths.
8 plus because I'm a bit
guys. Do you remember maths? It's like
so good. Math problem, a little problem, okay? Trust me, this is gonna be a good analogy, right? Remember maths, right? And it was like, well, obviously you're struggling with this already, but it's like plus means add, so it's like 4 plus 2 equals 6, and you're like, cool. And then they go, minus means take away, so 6 minus 2 equals 4, and you're like, got it, sweet, love it. And then they're like, multiply, and you're like, what? And they go, 8 times 6 equals 48. And you go, and how does that work? And then they're like, brackets, and then square roots and square. And you're like, all right, fuck maths, fucking shit. That's what it's like here, bruv. When it was easy at the start, when it was like, right, you're locked down. And then it's like, okay, you can go to a park and then full, fine. Now it's like you can go to these pubs with these people, but not if you're in this part of the country. No one cares. No one's going to learn it. And that is my maths analogy.
Yeah. Okay, I'm on board with you with that. Honestly, I think it's a good shout. I just think also with like government actual, have broken rules themselves. So I just think no one gives a shit, and like it's just. Just stop making so many confusing fucking rules. Either just say you have to stay at home or don't. Like it's just stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
Like all the only countries that have stamped it out. So like Melbourne just came out of lockdown in Australia, and like the way they did it is they had 4 months of hard lockdown, and like now they don't have any cases, and that's what they're just going to keep doing. That's the only way. So only if you actually want to stamp out, or we go full Sweden and we just go, oh fuck it.
But why don't they do full lockdown? Because they want to keep businesses open.
They want to keep the economy. Basically, they'll do anything to keep London open and going. They'll do apps. The government will literally do anything to keep London afloat. Like they just want all businesses.
They're going to kill.
I mean, they literally sacrificed every other city. Like it's hilarious because it's like the cases in London are ridiculously high, but they're just sacrificing everywhere else.
Like nah. Pret a Manger is a big deal in London. You got
yeah. Come on, bloody hell, guys.
Look. There's no one who thinks this is a bigger deal than us.
Yeah.
But
you can tell. Look at the size and the cities that they sacrificed first. It was just like random places, like North Yorkshire, and then it was like Newcastle went, and then slowly but surely bigger and bigger cities. Liverpool, then Manchester, now Birmingham. Nottingham, then Birmingham, just bigger and bigger places were knocked off the list. London's the last one. It will have to go, but they'll do everything they can to keep it open, and it's shit. I'm
worried that I'm going to have a Zoom birthday.
Don't worry, I'll be there with you, mate. It's going to be just us two having a Zoom party.
I'm busy, but you have a good time. But because you did those, yeah? You did some Zoom birthdays.
It's depressing as fuck. Yeah.
It's so lame. No one can have a conversation. There's no fun to be had. Did you have the ones where people were drinking at different extremes? So
cut to one guy's like
sipping a tap water, and then the guy's just fucked in his. Yeah. The worst one is I saw one.
Everyone's listening to their own music as well. Yeah, everyone's listening to their own.
It looked like his childhood room. It looked like he was still at his parents, and he was and he had finished like a bottle of vodka with a big one. He was like proper drinking like a first year student. He bought like a 700ml vodka bottle, or half a liter vodka bottle, and then like a 2 liter bottle of cola or whatever.
I imagine him being quite an extreme guy, and just like the only music player he was playing was like Flight of the Valkyries on repeat.
just perpetually saying, interrupting wherever anyone says, like, am I the only one drinking? Am I the only one drinking? What's happening here? Is I the only one drinking? No one else is drinking.
Get involved.
I don't want that. I don't want a Zoom birthday. I'd rather just not have it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll forget about it and get to skip
maybe one-on-one. I think maybe this might be quite a good time to do a stock take on your friends. Instead of getting them all together, do one-on-ones for 15 minutes, like a sort of an appraisal day.
Apprentice style interview.
Just tell them whether
you're going to make it to next year.
Exactly,
I need you at this age. Why still need you? Yeah.
Exactly. This last year. This is where I'm really happy with what you've done here, but there is a lot to work on still. You're still not into football. You're still not into football. I thought by this point you would be.
Yeah, when I put that post out on the group WhatsApp about breaking up with my girlfriend, not a lot of interaction there.
Not a lot of interaction. And worse than that, when I put that meme on, you didn't reply with any laughing emojis. So it's a give and take. You know what I mean? Like
I'm going to put you on a kind of watch list, and we're going to see. We're going to see 3-month trial period watch list, and we'll go.
You've not passed your probation, but we'll continue. And
There's time.
Pick this up in the new year. Okay, look, you have a good Christmas. All right, see you soon.
It's just a long way from being best man at the moment. Like a long,
If that's where you want to be, and you ask them that as well, you're like, where do you want to be with me in 5 years' time? Holiday, just non-existent friendship. We'll
catch up every now and again. What's the vibe? Yeah. Well, talking of lists, ladies and gentlemen.
Santa's coming to town.
Yeah. This year he's actually just going to lob the presents at your doorstep like an Amazon delivery man.
Yeah. The year of drones. Santa's drones coming.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got a weird one. The Labour Party in slight turmoil. Um, so Jeremy Corbyn has been suspended from the Labour Party for. It's just really frustrating because you could just shut the fuck up. Just not. You could have just not said anything. But what happened was there was an investigation into the anti-Semitism within the Labour Party, and there was an apology by them. And as Keir Starmer said, he has been speaking to Jewish leaders and community leaders for the last few months, and he just said that's what they wanted. There was a lot of Labour supporting Jews, and they just wanted an apology, an acknowledgement, and an apology, and to move on and move forward with the Labour Party. However, Corbyn decided to stick his oar in and say actually he refutes the percentage of well, not the percentage, the amount of complaints that were actually made. It was the exact thing.
Wow. That's amazing, isn't it? It's like you have not been listening to your own party, and they're like,
No,
"Nah, I have. They're
no,
wrong."
yeah, they're wrong.
It's look, the tragedy of this, right, is that I think there's a lot I quite like about Jeremy Corbyn in terms of his values and his authenticity on loads of issues. But this weird blind spot or purposeful condemnation of for Jewish people for rife anti-Semitism. I mean, obviously, there was anti-Semitism in Labour. Like, I don't know much about politics, but everyone I talk
Everyone
to
knows.
it's a big deal. Yeah, there's a big problem with
Yeah.
it. To then to be so understanding of so many communities, like he is and was during his campaigns and stuff, but then to just be sort of able to let anti-Semitism fly is just weird. It's so weird. It's a shame, man. It's a shame. I don't really have like a funny angle on it. It's just
No, yeah, both of us just like it's just a shame. It's just like,
it's
oh,
like
mate.
this is an old bloke, and you think, oh yeah, he's gonna be regressive on race and sexuality and be out of
I'm
touch
progressive
with
on
young
all of those
people.
things.
All those, he really was really open minded on all of them and listen. And then you go back through history, and he's campaigned for lots of stuff that it was proven to be like, oh, he was the right side of history. That's what everyone said about him. But he fucking hates Jewish people. he,
Yeah,
he must do. He
yeah.
must hate Jewish people. And that's the thing on North London as well. It's like, I'm from North London, you're from North London. We know that it's a massive Labour stronghold, massive Jewish community who are Labour fans. So to then to marginalise that big voting base is part of the reason why they got absolutely smashed in the election last year. So it's
Well,
like I
it's
remember
like,
like Barnett like had a Conservative MP for the first time in ages, and that's
yeah,
where I went to school.
yeah. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's just I don't know. There is a big percentage of Jews who do vote Tory as well, but you know I know lots and lots and lots of Labour Jews, and there are loads. But it'd be so difficult as well if you were Jewish, and you know if you really believed in the Labour Party and really believed what they stood for, but then there's clearly a problem with them hating you, you know,
Yeah.
being anti-Semites. Like
I
it's
think it's good.
fucking difficult,
I think
horrible.
it's good to done. I know it's got a lot of backlash as well from Labour fans, but for me, this is like Mourinho at Man United. Is that there will be people who Man United fans who always think Mourinho was the answer, and it doesn't matter how long ago he was managing. It doesn't matter the success of any managers afterwards. There's a cult of Mourinho, of fans who love him, and there's a cult of Jeremy Corbyn of people who love him and love what he stood for. And I can understand a lot of it, but there's some I can't condone,
You
and this
can't
is
get
one
over
of
this
them.
one. I can't,
Yeah.
not with him. I'm
So
sorry. I can't.
so there's just people, there's Labour people who I'm sure who are more of the sort of left wing momentum side of things. Just go in like this is a disgrace. There's something really rotten in the Labour Party. Keir Starmer is a disgrace of a politician, but you're sort of like, what are you supposed to? Are you therefore condoning anti-Semitism? Is that what your thing is? And I suppose they are, I guess. And there's a weird thing generally in this. I think in this, it's a weird thing in this country as well. It's a weird thing in this country, but it is about anti-Semitism seen as quite an acceptable form of prejudice or joke making or something like that. Because for some reason, I think it's like this. I assume it's because like Jewish people are seen like the stereotypes are that they're affluent, so it's like punching up or whatever. But it's just another unnecessary sort of prejudice to have. It's just a weird one like that.
It's a community that has received it as well for just so long, and it's just so blind by him. It really, when I saw it, I was just like, you just had to say nothing. Just say nothing.
It's J.K. Rowling, man. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's gone into that territory of just.
I don't give a shit. I say what I want.
I'm
Fuck
right.
him. Fuck him. Like,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
it. I don't give a shit.
You're wrong. I'm right, bruv. I'm right. So
Yeah.
what can you say? But I think
Starmer's handling well, and I think
yeah.
I think he is the man to hopefully get past this and move the Labour Party forward.
I will see. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think this leading up to well, it's a shame. Obviously, they've done it fairly tactically, but there won't be another election for 4 years. But I think it'd be interesting if it continues at this pace because a lot of people are not happy.
We'll very, very briefly talk about the US. What's going on in the US? Do you still stand by? Still sticking with our bet, 10 schmeckles? That Trump. You think Trump is staying?
Yeah,
I think he's out.
It's like betting against your own team. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know what? I lose, but I win, or I win, but I lose. It's like something out of it. But to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised. I think a lot of people are saying now, the polling is more accurate now, and they've sorted it out, and Biden's going to win. But
he's way out. Apparently, he's way out. They're campaigning. The Democrats are campaigning in places they never normally campaign.
Yeah, you said this before, bro. But
I'm telling you, he's just
Trump, though, man. He does stuff.
Also, Trump doesn't want. I don't think for a second Trump wants to be re-elected. He knows how big a job it is going to be to sort the country out. Worst recession of all time. Still, more people are dying than ever in the US every day of coronavirus. He does not fancy this. Do you know how fucking difficult it's going to be? You know what I'm thinking? I think he's going to go full Bush Jr., right? He'll go out. Biden will come in, make loads of gaffes because he's old and whatever, right? Try and do his best to sort out the country, sort out the economy. Everyone will be pissed off because they've got no money and they're poor. It'll be rife for old Ivanka to come in, right? And just fucking run and smash it, Trump Jr. all over again.
Could be. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, try and make a sort of dynasty. They're weirdly into that, these sort of types, aren't they? These powerful people. I think, what do you think of this? So, reality TV star becomes president, back to reality TV, becomes a judge on America's Got Talent. You've got Simon Cowell, you've got Marcel Marceau, whoever the
45th president of the United States,
and Donald Trump. I like him. You know what I mean? Like,
he's a good guy.
Just slagging people off.
Just constantly saying things, just like. Randy Jackson, I'm going to stop you there. When I was president, I actually, it was a whole different take.
Mind. Yeah, exactly. My opinions on things, everyone liked them.
Yeah,
it's going to that, or maybe goes into the jungle when I'm a celebrity.
Oh man, oh god, that's Strictly. Yeah, I think it would be not. I think he's out. I can't see him staying. I can't see him staying.
We'll know, won't we? This time next week.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we'll do an election special next week. But I think. Yeah, I just cannot. Although you say that we'll know, but apparently because of all the postal voting, actually they won't 100% know until much later.
Yeah. And then it turned out the winner was La La Land. What?
Yeah. Or like, did you see Kanye? Kanye saying spoil your ballots and write Kanye. It would be interesting to know how many people actually vote Kanye. Like, imagine if like a million people voted for Kanye.
Did you see that though? Jennifer Aniston, friends Rachel posted. I don't know how to say this any other way, but it's not funny to vote for Kanye West this year. Please don't. And then Kanye West replied to her and said, "Friends wasn't funny either." That was so funny. I'm sorry, Rachel. That is funny to be fair. I like Friends. That was funny.
You got fucking burnt by Kanye.
Yeah.
Oh man, Kanye found the time to do. I like that he found the time to do that in between making Jedi holograms.
Getting in touch with the Force.
Fucking hell. Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will know next week who is the either still the 45th president of the United States or the 46th president of the United States.
The new judge of America's Got Talent.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I imagine will start his own media network. He'll make like, or like he'll get a show on Fox News, and it'll just be like,
You know,
also,
you know what he'll do after? He'll go on Jonathan Ross's stand-up club. That's where next.
like every other cunt.
Like every other fucker.
Yeah. Everyone but us. Trump's on it. They give him that 2-minute slot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do know any of the producers at Jonathan Ross's stand-up club, we are available still. I mean, everyone else we know has been on it, so that would be great. But yes, also you can subscribe to our Patreon if you feel like donating and you want to keep the good times rolling with us, because we do an episode every Tuesday on that Patreon. That's Patreon exclusive.
Yeah, patreon.com/ADIVPod. There's none of the hard-hitting news chat, but it is all light, fun chat between me and Tom. Free of charge if you've paid.
If you pay
$5 a month will get you that. 2 episodes a week. If you want an extra episode every week on your phone or wherever you listen to podcasts, then just $5 a month. Patreon.com/ADIVPod.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. I've been Tom Elwes. You follow me at Tom Elwes at all good platforms.
I've been Ali Woods. Check me out, Ali Woods Gigs. I'll see you around. Take care.
See you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.